But what I can do, touch on the subject we was touching on yesterday, but go a little more in depth today on it. As much as people say, and this is dealing with Kid Austin and Shakur Stevenson, right? And they're saying that Kid Austin shouldn't have that fight. I'm not gonna say what a person should have or shouldn't have. I'm just gonna speak off of I don't mind that they have that fight. Why? Yes, he may be little to known to nobody, right? But sometimes those are the fights that make good fights, right? And secondly, who's to say that that guy doesn't can't oppose a threat? If you get what I'm saying, just because you see his body of work against somebody else don't mean something. This is where a lot of us boxing fans, I can't include myself, but a lot of boxing fans contradict themselves. 1 minute Styles make fights, the other minute, oh, he don't deserve it. What has he done? And then it's all of this stuff, right? But little to be known, like I said, a lot. What the hell was that? Yeah, something tripping, bro. But anyway, we get back to it. Something tripping, bro. But it's a lot of fighters out there that are great fighters that do got F's on their report card, right? And there's a lot of good fighters that don't got no F's on their report card and dodging those fighters for a very good reason, right? And I'm not saying Schofield is worth dodging or any of that. All I'm saying is he's worth giving that shot. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all are okay with Morrell getting a shot with Benavidez, you have to be okay with Lamont Roach getting a shot at Tank. You have to be okay with Kid Austin getting a shot at Shakur Stevenson. If you were okay with Canelo fighting Edgar Berlanga, you have to be okay. You got to be okay with everything else. If you was okay with Canelo fighting Jaime McGee, you have to be okay with everything else that's going on, right? And these guys got their shot. Myself, I'm not a fan of Edgar Berlanga. So when somebody try to dig something up on me and say, well, you was talking about Edgar, I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like him. But you'll never catch me saying that I wasn't on here saying I think Jaime gonna give Canelo a fight. And Jaime went in there fighting, did he not? He didn't go in there running like Edgar, Jamal, and all them. I can't remember which twins, so y'all might crucify me on that. But he didn't do that. Jaime went there, gave his all, laid it on the line. Whether Canelo held him up, and some people feel like he had rung his bell and he was holding him up. Whatever the case, he went in there and put it on the line. And that's all I can ask, bro. That's all I can ask. And sometimes one of them guys win, right? If you've been watching me long enough, you know my favorite fighter is Hagler. War himself, 100%, right? Period. If somebody didn't put a phone call in for him to get a shot, we would never really know nothing about him. He was in New Jersey fighting what y'all would call bums or tomato cans or things like that. But the minute he got his shot, he became fucking legendary. You get what I'm saying? Simple as that. He became legendary. So sometimes these guys just, hey, if you work yourself up them rankings, give him a shot. He is number 2 on the rankings. What do you want to say? What has he done? Whatever. He done worked his way up the rankings. We can't sit here and say that we don't care about the rankings because they're shit. And then when they're trying to work in the favor of the rankings, we were like, oh no, he ain't done nothing. So then which one is it? It's almost like there's no winning. It's like, you know what I mean? I like today. People are arguing about the new WBO rule. If you get a title shot, you turn it down, you get knocked out the top 15. I have no problem with that. That way, you stop people from being number one here, number one here, number one here, and picking the easier fight. If you became number one here first and you dodge this title shot, then you go drop down to 15. You know, it goes to the next person. And that keeps the roundabout great. You know what I'm saying? I think that's great for the sport. Give the next man a shot instead of holding that spot up. I'm 100% with that. 100%. I want to play something. I was trying to wait till people get on here because I want to get other people's opinions. DJ said, "What Benavidez versus Morrell?" Oh, you said what? Benavidez versus Morrell ain't the same as Tank versus Roach. Why isn't it? Why isn't it? What's David Morrell record? I'm gonna say all the questions that everybody will say. Who has David Morrell fought? Hell, where has he fought? I think he's only fought one time outside of the Armory in Minnesota. I'm just saying, bro. It's like the same. At least Roach is a full champ. So it's like that. Where people saying Roach don't deserve this, he bring him up. XYZ, who is this guy? He fought on Pro Box. Dave Morrell fighting the Armory. Dave Morrell looked like shit his last fight. But I'm not the person sitting here that's going to say those things and mean it. I'm only merely saying it as an example. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. I actually think that fight going to be good. Why? People seem to think Benavidez has one punch knockout power. He does not. He does not. I watched him throw everything but the kitchen sink at that guy his first fight. Yes, you can say he's getting acclimated to the weight if you want. But that same power didn't translate like that. It just didn't. Benavidez overwhelms you with punches. That's how he beats you. Dave Morrell has showed you he has one punch knockout power. Now he has shown that, but will it work on a Benavidez? I don't know. Can Benavidez bull rush David Morrell without getting smacked with that punch? I don't know. That's what makes the fight intriguing. So that's just how I'm looking at that. But like at some point, you got all these young names that are getting recognition for their name, but then when it's time to put that name against another name, it's like, oh, no. Now, yes, Shakur can fight whoever the hell you want. I already said Muratalla. Why he ain't fight Muratalla? Robert Garcia came out and said the fight was offered. Shakur said, well, I ain't know nothing about it. You was talking top rank, X, Y, and Z. Let's fight. Robert said, why should we have to switch what we doing? See how it went back and forth? To accommodate you. That's come on, bro. Shakur can't win for losing. Now it's different if Muratalla got a fight already lined up, but if he don't, what's the problem? But if he don't, I have no problem with Floyd Schofield. I really don't. If the young whippersnapper want to get his shot, give him his shot. I've seen more fighters. Not I won't say I've seen more fighters. I've seen fighters lose to a champion and then go on a tirade afterwards and make a great name. Salute now, we was talking earlier about this, and great case in point is Benoit Hopkins. Fought Roy, lost, went on to be a legend. And then beat him. And then got his get back. Got his cookies back. You get what I'm saying? Canelo, Floyd. No Floyd, Canelo wouldn't know how to box. Canelo was a fighter, a brawler. Come forward, that's all he was doing. That fight taught him something. Who's to say Floyd Schofield getting this fight, and if he does lose, he doesn't learn something. He'll learn something and take that along with him. And then on top of that, if Shakur pans out to what we believe he will be, then it won't be a bad loss. That's how I look at boxing. I analyze it past just two people throwing hands. So I say, give these young cats they shot. Yeah, you could build a fighter a certain way. Like I did, I gave an example a long time ago, and I think I may have said it last night. Tank was built a certain way, and you see the product you got now. Shakur was brought up a certain way, you see the product you got now. You see how Abdullah Mason is being brought up, and we saying he gonna be a beast, but it's because how he's being brought up. Pick your poison when you want to say who has he fought, because we gonna sit here and say Boots is this. He passed the eye test. But who is Boots' fault? I don't hear his fans saying that, but the same fans are saying Boots is the best. They sitting there saying Kid Austin ain't fought nobody. I was taught what's good for the goose is good for the gander. The man's 18-0. Give him a shot. He worked his way up through the rankings. He's there. He's there. So you gotta go. You gotta go with. I mean, if you believe in boxing and you really know that the rankings is part of boxing, and if you want the rankings to hold true to their word, then go by it. Don't discredit it when he's there. Because whether if he skipped the line, I don't care how he got there, he there. And if he skipped the line and he does get the fight and get his ass whooped, then he deserves to get his ass whooped for skipping the line. See how that worked? Either way, a fucking win-win for me. And we get to see a fucking fight. An interesting one at that. Two polar opposite styles. It came out Shakur's mouth itself. The boy gave him good work for a round and a half, and then he figured him out. But who's to say that Kid Austin ain't took from that sparring, you know what I'm saying, to figure out a person like Shakur? I'm just wondering, man. It just baffles me how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Boots wanting to bring Victor Ortiz down to 147. Over because a long time ago he said he would fight him at 147. Well, he had 154. I feel like Boots should go to 154. That's my personal feeling. But whatever they do is what they do. But I don't think it's going to be a snowball chance in hell for that man to go back down when that man just had all them complications with that rhabdo. I'm just going to call it rhabdo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He was having problems because he was underweight. Everybody knew he had weight problems, but it was because of that. He was laying himself in the hospital. Why would I go back down and risk that, bro? So I could be weak and fight you? No, come to 154. Because on the other hand, Boots is on record saying I have no problem making 154. But then you got Eddie saying, "Oh, but we don't want to run the risk of losing the belt." Man, how many people we watch go up and wait and fight? We watched Devin Haney go up and fight at 140. Had the belts, right? He still had the belts at 135. We watched Bud go to 154. Still had his belts. Did he not? Canelo does it all the fucking time. What's the problem? All you gotta do is tell them what your intentions are. What is your intentions? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not buying the smoke screens. I'm not buying none of that. Fight the man at 154 where he's comfortable at. Simple and plain. And I think that's gonna be a good ass fight. People feel like Boots gonna knock Virgil out. I beg to fucking differ. I do. Again, another two polar opposites, and it depends on how Boots play it. If he choose to fight Virgil like how he fought Karen, and think he gonna be in a phone booth and try to jab and don't know how to get out of trouble and his feet get stuck in the mud in the inside, that's gonna be a problem. Virgil wheelhouse is the inside game. Virgil is a body snatcher. He goes straight to the body. That's how he get most of his knockouts. But then I feel like Boots been trying to be a people pleaser. That shit gonna fuck around might get him hurt. Boots should box. We know he got the power to knock out may come. But what Boots are we gonna get? Like I said, this ain't me hating on no boxers. This is me looking beyond the boxers. The formality of the match. You know? So I know a lot of people believe in that O. I don't believe in that O. Because if that was the case, Hagler, Sugar Ray, all of them will be unbeaten. They'll be unbeaten, bro. Andre Ward and Mayweather, them anomalies. But your legends, They should be undefeated, right? They should be undefeated. Just saying. Um,